Dive into the heart of Buddhism as we explore the Eightfold Path, a comprehensive guide for ethical and mental development. This path, deeply rooted in Buddhist teachings, outlines 8 areas of practice that guide us towards enlightenment. It's like a compass, directing us towards a life of mindfulness, compassion, and understanding. From right understanding to right concentration, each step unveils a new perspective on how we can enrich our lives. Each step of the path provides a unique perspective on how we can live more mindfully and compassionately. Begin your journey on the Eightfold Path with right understanding, the first step. This cornerstone of Buddhist philosophy is about seeing the world as it truly is, not as we wish or fear it to be. It's about understanding the 4 noble truths: the truth of suffering, the origin of suffering, the cessation of suffering, and the path leading to the cessation of suffering. Right understanding encourages us to acknowledge that life contains suffering, but it also shows us that this suffering originates from our desires and attachments. The beauty of this understanding is that it also reveals the way out of suffering. By following the Eightfold Path, we can cease our suffering and achieve enlightenment. Right understanding isn't about accepting these truths blindly. It's about examining them, questioning them, and ultimately understanding them deeply in our own lives. Right understanding illuminates the Buddhist worldview, setting the foundation for the rest of the path. Step 2, right thought, provides a moral compass for Buddhists. It's about cultivating a mindset that fosters compassion, renunciation, and harmlessness. This isn't about suppressing negative thoughts, but about understanding them, acknowledging them, and then gently steering the mind towards more wholesome attitudes. Imagine a gardener. He doesn't just tear out the weeds, he also plants flowers. In the same way, right thought encourages us to replace harmful intentions with beneficial ones. For instance, where there is desire, we cultivate renunciation. Where there is hatred, we cultivate loving kindness. Where there is cruelty, we cultivate compassion. Right thought is more than just positive thinking. It's an active process that shapes our ethical behavior. It influences our actions, our words, and even our livelihood. It's about setting the mind in the right direction towards a path that reduces suffering and increases happiness. Right thought steers us towards positive actions and away from harm. Next, we venture into right speech, the third step on the path. Picture this: a world where every word uttered is truthful, uplifting, and brings no harm. That's the essence of right speech. In Buddhism, this isn't just about refraining from telling lies. It's a commitment to complete truthfulness, even when the truth is hard to speak. But right speech goes beyond just being honest. It's about being mindful of our words and how they can impact others. It's about choosing our words carefully to avoid harmful language, gossip, and idle chatter. It's about speaking words of kindness and compassion, words that promote understanding and harmony. Think of right speech as a guide to communicating in a more meaningful, authentic way. It's not easy, but it's a path that leads to a better understanding of ourselves and others. Remember, words have power. Use them wisely. Right speech is our guide to communicating truthfully and kindly. The fourth step on our journey is right action. This principle guides us to act ethically, promoting harmony and reducing suffering. It's all about making conscious decisions that respect the interconnectedness of life. Think of right action as a compass, pointing us towards actions that are free from harm and full of respect for ourselves and others. It encourages us to refrain from taking what is not given, to avoid causing harm to any living creature, and to abstain from behaviors that might cause self-harm or harm to others. This isn't about following a rigid set of rules, but rather it's about cultivating an attitude of mindfulness and consideration in each moment. It's about making choices that contribute to the well-being of all. In essence, right action is about living in a way that aligns with the fundamental principles of compassion, generosity, and respect. Right action encourages us to act with kindness and respect towards all beings. Halfway through the path, we find right livelihood. This step on the Eightfold Path prompts us to consider the ethics of our work. It's not just about what we do to earn our living, but how we do it. Right livelihood encourages us to maintain a livelihood that does not harm others, but instead contributes positively to our communities and the world at large. Whether you're a teacher, a doctor, a farmer, or an artist, right livelihood asks us to reflect on how our work impacts others. It nudges us to ensure our work is honest, fair, and beneficial to all involved. It's not about accumulating wealth at the expense of others, but about fostering a sense of harmony between our personal aspirations and the greater good. Right livelihood is about making a living while also making a difference. It's a reminder that our work isn't separate from our spiritual journey, but a crucial part of it. Right livelihood ensures that our work aligns with our ethical beliefs. The six-step right effort calls for a balanced approach to life. It's an essential part of the Eightfold Path, and it's all about maintaining harmony in both our mental and physical well-being. Imagine a musician tuning a guitar, not too tight, not too loose, just right. That's the essence of right effort. This step is not about pushing ourselves to the brink of exhaustion or conversely allowing laziness to take hold. It's about finding that sweet spot of diligent, consistent effort toward personal and spiritual growth. It's about nurturing positive states of mind, letting go of negative ones, and preventing any harmful thoughts from taking root. In essence, right effort is about cultivating a mindset of resilience and determination. It encourages us to take responsibility for our actions and attitudes, to strive for improvement without falling into the traps of self-criticism or complacency. Right effort motivates us to work diligently towards our spiritual goals. Nearly at the end, we encounter right mindfulness. It's a fascinating concept, one that nudges us to be fully aware and attentive to our experiences. It's about acknowledging the reality of the present moment without judgment or distraction. Imagine it as a clear stream, unhindered by the rocks of past regrets or the fallen leaves of future anxieties. It's just you, flowing with the current of the now. This is the core of right mindfulness, the awareness, the attention, the acceptance of the present moment. It plays a crucial role in meditation, acting as an anchor that keeps us grounded in the present. It's the practice of observing your thoughts, emotions, and sensations without getting swept away in their current. Right mindfulness is not about achieving a state of eternal bliss or escaping from reality. Instead, it encourages us to fully embrace the reality of the here and now. Right mindfulness invites us to live fully in the present moment. Finally, we reach the last step, right concentration. At its core, right concentration is about meditation, a practice that requires discipline and focus. It is through this practice that one learns to quiet the mind, like stilling the surface of a pond until it perfectly reflects the sky above. Right concentration is about focusing on a single object of meditation, whether it's your breath, a mantra, or perhaps the flicker of a candle. This concentration allows us to experience a deeper state of awareness and insight. It's like focusing a lens until the image becomes clear and sharp. The importance of right concentration can't be understated. It's not simply a matter of calming the mind, but of illuminating it. By honing our focus, we can peel back the layers of reality, revealing the truth of our existence. Right concentration is the key to unlocking profound spiritual insights. We've journeyed through the Eightfold Path, discovering its rich teachings. This journey has taken us through the intricate steps of right understanding, where we began our quest for wisdom, to right thought, where we learned to cultivate benevolent intentions. We delved into the ethical conduct outlined by right speech, right action, and right livelihood, each of them guiding us to interact with the world in a wholesome and compassionate manner. We also explored the mental discipline encapsulated in right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration, each encouraging us to cultivate a mindful and focused mind. The Eightfold Path, as we've learned, is not a rigid sequence, but a harmonious interplay of wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline. Each aspect complements and supports the others, forming a comprehensive framework for ethical and mental development in Buddhism. It's a lifelong journey of self-improvement and spiritual growth, offering a path towards enlightenment and liberation from suffering. As we stride on this path, we also acknowledge that this is just the beginning of our exploration into the vast landscape of Buddhism. There's so much more to discover, to understand, and to practice. Stay tuned for our next video to delve deeper into the complexities of Buddhism. Until then, may your path be enlightened.